Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about how we afford our large family on one income. Hey guys, my name's Holly with the Nestle Valley Farmhouse. I am a homesteading, homeschooling, frugal living mom of four amazing kiddos, and today I wanted to kind of talk about what we do, how we have been able to enjoy having more kids than the average family, and what kind of ways we do to kind of keep our budget in line and be able to still enjoy our lives. So if that's something that's interesting to you, just stay tuned. Okay, so I'm always really fascinated by these videos. I love listening to other people's tips and tricks, so I thought I would add in a few of my own. So most of you know, if you've followed along with me, I was working before I had baby number 3. So we were both working. We actually had a lot of debt at the time, and I know when I first had my kids, I wanted to stay home, but it just was not in the cards because we had a lot of debt from school and other things that we needed to really get paid off, and we were just trying to kind of get our lives organized. So we waited until I was pregnant with baby number 3, and I actually ended up losing my job, which was kind of a blessing in disguise, and it kind of helped force us in some respects to get change our mindsets and stuff and learn how to live off one income. For those of you that don't know, my husband is a carpenter. He works in a union carpenter position, and he makes pretty good money. I personally think that trades are a great way to go. I feel like if we had known back then, I felt like everyone was like, you have to go to college, blah, blah, blah. I kind of feel like nowadays, I don't think that's always true. And I wish that he had just gone into the union and did the apprenticeship earlier than than we did, because he did not realize that it was a much better way to go. And you start off making a decent wage, and then you work your way up. And by the end of it's like a 4-year program that he was in, you're making journeyman wages, which is quite, for pretty much anywhere, quite reasonable. So he has a decent job. And the good news is he's pretty good at what he does, and so that makes it easy. So he generally is pretty busy. He kind of keeps himself pretty busy, and when he's not working, a lot of times he'll help other people out and sometimes make a few extra bucks here and there. So I have 5 things that kind of we have been doing since I've started staying home on one income that has kind of helped us enjoy our large family. So number 1 is set your priorities. So I feel like back in the day, I used to think that my kids needed to have the latest and greatest whatever. We needed to go to Disneyland every year or do some sort of like big fancy vacation every year, and just kind of spend on a lot more things than we really didn't really need to. I mean, certain things, like we don't really go out to eat that much. Part of it is, we still have young kids, and sometimes taking them all out and having to deal with bad attitudes is just not fun. But the other part of it too is it really adds up. Like even going out fast food, number 1, the food's not that great for you, and number 2, it still adds up when you have every single kid and they want a value meal or a happy meal or whatever. So we have kind of set our priorities. So if there's like a certain restaurant that we want to go to, either we try to go just the 2 of us, or we will do a like copycat meal at home. So it's a lot cheaper, and you can normally make something that's just as delicious at home. And kind of another thing too is kind of what things are important to you and what things are just a priority. So for us, if you know me, my family doesn't live close. I am close to where my husband, long story short, my family and his family moved to where we currently live now, and then part of his family moved away, and then my family moved away, and so we have like part of his family here. So we generally do travel to visit my family at least once a year, but sometimes we have to really plan it out because it's a long trip, and we stopped really flying there because after 3 kids, it's kind of pricey when you have to pay for plane tickets for everybody, and planes are just not kid friendly. So we've actually started driving back more often, and it takes a couple days to get there, but we kind of make it more fun and the kids seem to enjoy it, and we kind of have our own little routine, which if you want me to make a separate video about how we do long road trips with a big family, I will gladly make it. Just let me know in the comments below. We still go visit family, but of course we can't always be going for every little thing. So we try to pick like either at Christmas time, or we'll pick like at summertime, because a lot of times the 4th of July is a popular time for us to go, and we'll just go and have a good time with my family, and that's part of like our vacations, I guess. Number 2, I know you hear this all the time, but we don't really buy a lot of new stuff. Probably some of the biggest things, my mom is a garage sale guru. I have yet to figure out how she does it, but she buys the cutest clothes. And so I have started to, on Saturday mornings in the springtime and summertime, going garage selling. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of times you can take a couple girlfriends with you, and it is nice because you can find, if you know like the nice neighborhoods, a lot of times you can find really cute kids clothes for like pennies on the dollar. And so my mom has done that for us. I've started doing it, and I find that it's a lot cheaper, and you're able to get cute stuff. And then of course we do try to hand me down a lot of things too. So I have totes of clothes for the kids, and I've even turned, like, we have like jeans that get holes in them. I will turn them into shorts, because a lot of times the kids can, so like if they get holes in them through the winter, they can wear the shorts in the summer. And then depending on how good the shorts are, we either throw them away at the end of the year, or if the kids are outgrowing them, then we save them for the next one. I feel like it's kind of a popular thing, but I don't think people realize how helpful it is and how much money it can actually save you. Also, we do shop at places like Walmart. I remember when I was a kid growing up, like Walmart was like the trashy place to shop. And I kind of had to get over that like mentality, because it was almost like, it's not a popular place to shop. But I found last year at our local Walmart, and I think it was end of summer, they had a huge sale going on to where they had like shorts and tank top sets for like less than $3 a piece. So I picked up probably several. And so I always try to buy, for the next season, depending on how many kids I have, I might even buy like 2 seasons. And I find it works out just as well, because you can throw them in a tote and they store well enough. And so we do that a lot of times. Personally, I have not really had a lot of luck with thrift stores and like Goodwill. I've heard a lot of people that love it. I have not had good luck. So I generally try to shop a lot of sales, a lot of out of season stuff, because a lot of times at the end of the season you can get the clearance items, especially for things like winter coats, or around here we get a lot of rain. So my kids do need raincoats for, the fall and spring sometimes. And so those kinds of things you always try to shop, like always thinking a season ahead when you're going shopping, because I find that you can generally find some really good deals for that. The other number 3 is we budget for travel. So one of the biggest things is we do like to travel. That has been one of our priorities. But we, instead of like spending thousands of dollars going to like Disneyland every year, like we, always said that we wanted to, we have decided to, we bought a trailer that fits our family, and we have a truck that we've had for years, and we're probably going to need to upgrade in the near future, but it works well enough for us right now. And we go camping, because around here there's a ton of places to go camping. Now, I do plan on doing a separate video about like how we save money when we camp, or how we save money on our vacations as a large family. But overall, we do a lot of different things to kind of help by budgeting out, trying to go in off seasons, and all sorts of things. But I will address some of those in a separate video. Number 4, rethink college/school. So we started homeschooling this year, and I think in a lot of ways, my kids, since I can't afford private school, and I would rather them be in private school, because our local schools are okay. Like, I don't want to disparage the teachers there, but they're just not quite what I feel like my kids need. And so we have decided to homeschool. Now, realistically, homeschooling is not necessarily cheap. It can be kind of expensive. So I try to take that into account and budget out a lot of things for our curriculum, and try to do as many free things as we can. So that's another video, obviously. Saving money while homeschooling is definitely hard. Secondly, college. So I know, like, when I was, like I said, when we were young and we just had our two kids, we were planning on stopping at two because, well, we had to have college funds for them and all these different things. But I kind of think that school is starting to look a little bit different than it used to. And there are a lot of programs that the kids can get college credits, like in high school or scholarships. So we are going to try to go that route. And I personally don't know that I want my kids to be going, like, I don't know that I want to be funding their college. I know some people do, and that's great, but I don't feel like it is the end all be all, for lack of better words. So in some ways, we're just not necessarily too worried about paying for college for all our kids. I don't feel like that's something that you should have to do in order to have kids. And number 5, just enjoying the simpler things in life. So one of the things that I've tried to do this year, I mean, ever since the pandemic obviously has kind of slowed down a lot of things, we have really tried to focus in on enjoying things locally and just enjoying simpler things, letting my kids get bored and letting them go play without having to constantly have the instant gratification or constantly be doing the camps and the stuff. We do like to do in the summertime VBS and stuff, and a lot of those programs are free or relatively inexpensive, so it's still a chance for the kids to go out and do something, but it's not like, you know, a lot of money for, because you have a lot of camps out there that are a lot of fun and they're great, but they cost a lot of money. So that's kind of what we've decided to do. So I hope that's helpful. I personally think that having a large family is a lot of fun, and I have never in my life felt so fulfilled as a mother than whenever I'm enjoying time with my kids. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.